Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving along, huh? It's already been, what now? 4 videos deep, and I'm in the same house on the same day, wearing the same clothes, and getting the same distractions. Alright, so I promised you that on this video, I was going to get you to know the real God, right? Hold on one sec. I'm gonna make this my final video for the day. Excuse me. And tomorrow's another day. So I gotta get something done, guys. I'm sorry. I love hanging out with you guys, but I really gotta get some of the stuff cleaned up while I'm talking to you. But I just want to try to get this in, and then I'll start cleaning. So, who is God to you? This goes to the non-believers out there, or people that are on the fence, or people that really don't know God. Like, I'm sure that if you're already saved, I'm sure that if you're already a Christian, this is just something you'll vouch. Don't get me wrong. Please still watch this video. It'll be uplifting. It's because I know I have something to say that you probably never heard before. Like I said, I try to be one of those type of people that isn't regurgitating what everyone else is doing. I'm trying to go against the grain to make it interesting, because that's the whole point, that why I've been like, I got to get on YouTube, because it got to a point where now everybody's just, and it's good. It's good to have everybody's perspective on it. But come on, when Lil Nas X dropped those sneakers, like, really, did everybody have to do a video on that? I mean, did every single YouTuber that's in a truther community or in a Christian community, did you really have to keep on making a video? Everybody, and it wasn't like one person said this, another person, everybody was saying the same thing. Okay, yeah, the guy came out with a video with sneakers of the devil. I mean, did that surprise you? Did that really surprise you? Someone like Lil Nas X, that's openly gay, and obviously gave his life to Satan, not Jesus, because he's so successful like the way he is. And that really blew your mind away, that he has sneakers like that? I mean, come on, guys. We got to be past that stage, man. Listen, I'm here, like I said. When you hear my voice and you see my face, what I want to remind you is that Bible quote. Jesus is going to return with the trump of God, which already happened already, and with the shout and voice of the archangel. We are at the voice and shout part. It's time for people to yell at you on an all due respect level. It's a time for people to not be. We're at the final threshold. I know we keep on saying, people say, "Oh, we're getting there, we're getting there." No, we're at the final stage. The trump of God passed already. He already was here for 2016 to 2020. Now it's the shout of the voice of the archangel. Yours truly, and everyone else that's out there that's shouting, like the street preachers and everyone else that's giving. If you're not getting a message, like even Richie from Boston, I got to give him credit, because I know I keep on mentioning his name, and it's funny because I like to troll him because of his the things that he says with the solar the sun, what's the thing called, the sun simulator. Richie, if you see one of my videos, if you see this one, I say your name a lot, man. I want some royalties, bro. No, I'm just kidding. No, but you know what it is? I respect Richie so much, because while I'm watching his videos, I don't believe in everything that he says, especially the flat earth part and all of that. And a lot of things that he says is just, come on, like, but what does he stand for? He stands for Christ. Okay, boom. So now we're on the same level. What does he want to see happen? He wants you to be prepared. Richie's the prepare guy. Come on, prepare yourself. You got to get prepared. Prepare. Beams in your head. But look at his style of conducting business. He's not up there like, all quiet and got all kinds of laser sounds and effects and bells and whistles and all kinds. No, it's an idiot in a truck like me. Just some idiot that just pressed record. And we're both, he's a little older than me. But we had it with dumb stuff. Not because we have nothing better to do. Look, my son's walking back and forth. This place is a disgusting mess. My ex-wife is going to walk through the door any minute. She's going to scream her head off at me and call me all kinds of names for not cleaning. And I promised you guys that I would be doing a video while I'm cleaning to what's the word I'm looking for? And be a multitasker. But I feel like this message needs to be direct. Right in your eyes, right in your face. So that's why I'm talking like this. Because this one, I want you to understand what God has put in my heart. He wants me to shout because he wants me to be part of a collective of the archangel. In other words, just like it says, he will return with the trump of God, and you have Donald Trump. But it's not just Donald Trump. It was the people like Trump. Did you notice that Donald Trump started a chain reaction of people that were like, make America great again. Then you had like, make Hong Kong great again. Make England great again, right? So he started that trend, right? The trumpet, get it? God blew the trumpet with Trump. And then what happens? It radiated out like a loud sound. And everybody started doing what Trump did. He gave hope to the countries that wanted to be sovereign, right? Trump said America first. But he didn't mean it as if we're being selfish and nobody else matters. It means if you're the Mexican government, Mexico first. If you're, Norwegian, what's the new? I can't even say Norwegia. Sorry. I was gonna say China too. See, look, China first. No, not from him, but you know what I mean. Your country first. Everything else is second. That's the message of God. First, send that Trump out. Here we are now at the second phase of that, the shout part, the archangel part, the final part, because there's nothing after that. After people shout, after you hear people yelling like this, after the street preachers are going to be, intimidating people, pulling them out of bars, drunk, they're walking down strips. I mean, I love it, man. This never happened before. You go to Miami Beach and try to walk down the block with a daiquiri in your hand, and you're going to bump into one of those street preachers. I love it. You want to just hang out on the beach and get drunk and smoke weed, you're going to bump into one of those street preachers, okay? Because God is collecting the final sweep. We are the final sweep. If you do not listen to an idiot like me, if my voice doesn't penetrate your ears and make you want to puke, then I'm not doing something right. I'm not trying to make you puke so you can run away. I'm not trying to piss you off so you can turn the video off. I'm trying to get you to be, what's that word? Inconvenienced. The inconvenience truth. The inconvenience way of getting God's word into your soul. Because, man, if I was like that, when I was like that, I didn't listen to somebody being, hey, man, you know what? You should put down that blunt, man. Why don't you come with us and then we'll sing Kumbaya with a nice guitar, and we have fire, and we play bingo on Saturdays. No, I want somebody to smack it out of my hand and say, what the F are you doing? No more of that crap, man. Don't you know how to bring you to hell? God darn it. I mean, not that bad, but now we're at that stage. Now we're at that stage where people literally need to rip you out of your mind and say, look, bro, you are heading down the wrong path. You go any further, you're going to fall off, bro. You got to look at it like this. God says 144,000, right? Now, I'm going to touch on that real quick. I wasn't sure if I was going to make a whole video on it. We're already at 9 minutes. I'm going to sign off this thing in like 2 more minutes. Oh, you know what? I don't want to get into that. I wanted to get this. That's what the title of the video is supposed to be. This video was your relationship with God, your perception on God, on how you think he is versus how he really is. Take it from me, once again, someone that didn't see God personally per se, but I heard his voice. And it wasn't voices in my head because I was going crazy. I know those voices. I only heard God's voice a couple of times. In fact, to be quick on that, I'll give you a quick story so you understand where I'm coming from. I might leave that for a testimony video, but I'm just going to do a brief thing on it. I had a girl that I was hanging out with for my job. Her and I, let's just say this. It was when I was a mechanic. I was single. I was obviously trying to, you know what, beautiful girl. I'm, a handsome guy, right? She likes to drink. I like to smoke. So what did we do? We drank and smoked. So, of course, I'm going to drink a little more because she wants me to drink. That's her thing. Now I'm going to make her want to smoke more because that's my thing. Before you knew it, we were both in a zone, let me tell you. But you're talking to somebody like me that I'm used to that. No problem. But I didn't realize that the woman, that girl, was just trying to actually win me over. And I didn't know this until it was too late. She didn't smoke or drink. She just wanted to hang out with me because she thought that's what I would want her to do. And I felt bad now, because that's not, but whatever. But back then, that's what it was. So let's just say this. My smoke that I smoke is killer. So she already must have been way over the board because she doesn't do that. And the alcohol wasn't a too bad of a strong alcohol, but it's still, nevertheless, long story short, she was in a zone, in a condition that she was never before, and it went downhill. There was just to go, because this is a long story, make a long story short, she thought she was going to die. She was holding her heart. I literally saw the demons kind of like trying to take it, like you could literally see them, like her body being pulled up, and it was like she was trying to hold on to her soul. They were literally trying to rip the soul out of her. And that's see, distraction, someone knocking at the door. Okay, I'll be right back, sir. Hold on. So, she literally was on the floor, grasping for her life. Her chest felt like, her heart, she has a heart condition. I literally saw her like being pulled, and I knew it was supernatural because the way she was moving, it was like if someone was literally going like this. To make a long story short, I've actually been, believe it or not, I've had two other girls that were in that state. Because you got to remember something. When you're a soldier like me, when you're someone close to God, not sitting there say that you're not close to God, but there's levels to how close someone is to God, okay? The level that I'm at is more of like, almost as if I'm the administrative. Like I'm almost behind the scenes of all of this, but I'm still human, right? So who will the enemy attack first? Who is always going to be on the lookout first? Me. Why? It's the same thing as if you're going to attack a country, right? You're going to infiltrate where their soldiers are, where their strong points are. Basically, what is protecting the country? Where did he have it set up, right? They have your gunmen setting up to protect the air. Then you have certain infantry that protect certain parts of the sea. Everyone has their collective job protecting the land, protecting the country, making sure that it's safe and sound. Now, if you're going to attack, you're not going to sit there and bypass that and not worry about that and you just go right in for the attack. No, you're going to try to weaken that first if you're smart and you come in and conquer, right? Divide and conquer, or however you want to put it, right? No, that's, divide and conquer is a whole different story. Don't take that word. Don't take that analogy. But anyway, I was walking. I wasn't paying attention really. So what I'm trying to say is that at every little chance they get, that's why I can't drink. That's why I can't do anything wrong. That's why I can't and even slip up a bit. Just like last week, one little thing that I do wrong, one little mess up, one little thing, that's it. They're waiting. Allegiance of them are just waiting for me to, for any weakness, any little thing that they could, any little puncture in my armor, any little weakening of my protection. It's like 300,000 zombies, surrounding one piece of, like surrounding one live person trying to get their brains while they're being protected by a glass dome. You know what I mean? So they're waiting for any little crack, little hole. They're trying every chance they can get to get into my world to defeat and destroy me, right? So in a situation like that, I kind of forget that, especially back then. You're talking when I was young, man. Young, I wasn't even thinking like this, so I didn't even understand, not even close to the things that I went through. So anyway, so now here's this poor innocent soul having no idea or not even a clue of what they're about to, get themselves into or be a part of or experience until it was too late. Now, like I said, it started off with the chest thing, and make a long story short, right? It ended with me going back and forth with the demons, like. At the time I didn't love her, so it was just, a date. So then the demons were like, I could laugh now, but at the time it wasn't. The demons were making us say things like, oh, they're telling me that they're laughing at me, saying that, oh, Kenny doesn't love you. You're just, sometimes you want to laugh because, it's, at the time that's how they are. That's why I say when any little way they can get in. So they try to get in through the, I don't love her part. And I'm against her, so the demons were trying to get her to go against me, right? Classic evil move by them. So the thing is, and this is very, very important lesson. If anything I say, this is the most important. Love is the number one weapon, other than Jesus Christ. You have Jesus Christ is the number one weapon. You have the God protection of you have God's full protection of armor when you get protected with your armor. But after that, the weapon that really messes them up, and I'm looking at myself because I like all these weird things on my face. It looks so bad, right? Believe me, I don't look this bad. I look worse. No, I'm just kidding. But you have the next thing is love. Now, love desecrates demons. That's why it bothers me that my wife left me, because I know that this is the demons' work. This is the evil's work. Because now I have nobody to love like I loved my wife. So they think now they can get in and weaken me, and they did. Then believe me, I'm getting attacked every night. It has not been the same for my life ever since my wife left me, and I'm not the loving, that whole loving bond is gone. That blessing of marriage when you're walking around and people just know, hey, everything's all good, and you have your kids with you, you're going out to the movies, you're going to shopping, going out to eat, and you got like 3 or 4 kids with you, and everything's happy, everybody's like peaceful, everything is so warm. I don't have that anymore. For a reason though. Not because I did anything wrong, not even because she did something wrong. Because God, the climate of where we're heading right now, He needs me to be inconvenienced. I'm too comfortable when I'm like that, which is a good thing. But now in this current time, he's calling his soldiers. Everybody's got to go into battle, bro. We're about to go into the final battle. So this is a call for an uprising. This is our call. That's why we had to give up our wives. People are thinking that they're going through a relationship problem. They think that their wives are leaving them because of anything else, but it's not. Don't beam yourself in the head. Believe me, I did for a year straight, maybe 2 years. I've been crying every day. It's not that. God needs you, and He needs you for this very moment and this very reason. He wants you to step up and rise up. You can't do that when you're in that mind frame. He wants you to be in that mind frame. That's how you're supposed to live. But this is a different time, man. It's go time. It's that time, bro. It's all the soldiers are being called in. We're getting called into battle. So, the final battle too. So back to my story. Now, the demons know that love is the number one weapon against them. The minute they sense love, they're history. So what's the first thing they try to attack? That simple fact. So we can't get that on them. So I used it against them. She's like, they said that you don't love me, you don't care about me, you're just trying to get in my pants, blah 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 blah. You don't really want, right, going on that. Now, the funny part is they were right at the time. However, it's a date. Things can change at any time. I may find out that I'm falling in love with her. I may catch feelings. I'm just young. I'm trying to, date and see where it takes us. So at the end of the day, it wasn't fully true. There could have been a good at the current time that I was with her at that date. That was only like our second date, I think. Of course, who would love somebody on a second date unless you like just love at first sight? That never happens unless you're just whatever. But anyway, long story short, I knew what they were trying to do, so I took it further and said, well, at the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe I will one day love this woman, but I do love her in another way. She's my sister in Christ. She believes in God. Because believe me, I won't date a person that, even if they don't believe in God, I won't date. I don't care how good they look, because I know they're bad news, right? So she wasn't, your ideal Christian. She needed some work, and she definitely needed, someone like me to work with her and everything like that. But by no means was she a super Christian, whatever the case may be. But she believed in God, and she believed in Jesus, and she loved them. So that was enough for me. Now I can use that. She is someone I love, and I harped on that. The same way they try to throw it in my face, I used that back, and I said, you know what? Tell him this. Tell him I love you more than you'll ever imagine. And now part of her is like, whoa, wait a minute, because she's looking for, she was the type that was really not needy, but she'd been through a lot of relationships, so she was really wanting to speed up the process with somebody and really settle down. She didn't want that dating thing, and she didn't want that. So in a way, I didn't want to mislead her, but in a way, I wanted to just save her at this time, because she was about to die, it seemed like. They were really going at, the demons were trying to grab her and make up a heart attack and make her, all these things. So long story short, there's times where her body's levitating and her chest is pulling out and she can't breathe. She feels like she's having a heart attack. Then I would grab her and I would whisper, I love you. I love you. I don't care what those demons are telling you. They're telling you that because they just want you to die. And they know that if I love you, and that love will bring a power that will defeat them. So just understand that. And then she did. She started understanding it. But you also have to, I can't lie. If you lie, you're not going to get the right effect. So that's how I was able to get the true effect to work the right way. And it was working, because now I'm just focusing on the love that I have for her as one of my sisters. And once I started focusing on that, and they knew it was real. I wasn't lying about that. Now, if I was lying and said, yeah, I love you, baby, don't worry, they would have been like, aha. They would have been able to reverse it, and now I'm weakening because here I am lying. You know what I mean? In front of God. So, no. Long story short, I weaken them and weaken them. We go back and forth. I'm tired. I'm like, man, I don't want to see anything happen to this girl. And then next thing you know, I turn around because it wasn't as violent as it was. There was certain, it got to a point where it wasn't as dramatic. So we finally got to a calm point. She's just on her knees, and she's got like in a prayer mode, thing, because I kept on telling her, get with God, pray to God. Huh? I said that's the only way you could win. That's the only way you could defeat this. And basically, what happened was that I went off into my own little zone, and I started meditating, and I started saying, God, please, this is a good woman. I don't know if, eventually she will have anything, but at the end of the day, she is my sister in Christ. So I have love for her, and I do love, and I do care about her, and I don't want anything to happen. I definitely don't want to lose her to this demonic force. I can't stand evil. I say, God, please, please step in. Please, I don't have enough strength. I feel like I'm too weak. We've been going at this for a while now, and it's going back and forth. I just want this to be over, and I just want to claim victory, and I want to be able to claim victory in the name of Christ. As soon as I said that, all of a sudden, I heard her go, like a release, her mouth is just like drawn open, like her eyes, and the whole time her eyes are closed. She's been crying this whole time. She literally isn't like she isn't even in this world. And once that happened, you could feel the energy in the room just suddenly. Now, mind you, the how where this was happening, I was in my house, in my room. I lived with my mom at the time, so this is literally my bedroom, and I had carpet on my floor, bed right there. So she was literally on the carpet, just on her knees, in position of like prayer, like if you had your knees and your hands up, and her head was down, just trying to get. And I was literally coaching her from behind, rubbing her back, telling her, just trying to fight with her. But when I went, and I think I just sat on the bed, didn't pay attention to that, went into my own zone and my own meditation, said what I said, and then you just felt it. As soon as I said that, after I was done, it was like the room just literally turned into another reality. That's the only way I can explain it. Nothing color-wise, like nothing physical, like it was there, everything's the same, but just the feeling was different. So, but it was like almost if, this is the weirdest thing. This was like 2 o'clock in the morning. The only person that lived at my house was my mom at the time. My brother I had a younger brother, but I don't even think he was there. Long story short, the house was it was quiet that night. So there really wasn't that much noise to begin with. But it just seemed like it was just extra quiet. It just seemed like time froze for everything in reality, and it was just us in that room, if that makes any sense. No sound whatsoever. It was so quiet, you could hear a pin drop. And then I'm like looking up and looking around. I'm young at the time. I really didn't experience that much of that. And I did have a couple of somewhat of experience, but not like on a regular basis. So all of a sudden I see her look up, and her drawn out face with all the tears and everything like that. It was like she was following something. It was like she's looking down at the floor, then she starts looking up, and her eyes, the more she goes up like this, the more her eyes open, the more you could see like the color is coming back in her skin, because she was just white as a it was just horrible. Colors coming back, and she looks up like this, and her mouth on jaw opens as if she was seeing something that I can't see. And I knew that it was, I'll be honest, I'm going to tell you, I felt it was God, the presence of God. Because all of the crazy evil stuff that she was fighting, those demons, all of that stopped. And I'll tell you, it was violent. It was like, you see it moving around like the Exorcist kind of. And here I am scared because I don't know, I'm young. I'm still young to this. I don't know what's going on. But I felt the presence of God, like, okay, my prayer was just answered. And this woman now that's what she's seeing. All of a sudden, as she's in her kneeling position and her hands like that, and she looks up and says, "Oh my God." She goes, "I am so sorry." She was like, "I promise you, I will never, ever, ever think about doing anything to basically never do anything to go against you. I made a mistake, but I am a woman of God. I love you." And the crazy thing is that usually I would have to tell someone, what to say, and she just automatically knew what to say, what was going on, and it was like her soul was connected to her creator. She didn't need no outside assistance. That was their time. That was their connection. And in that moment, you'll know what to say, and you know what I mean, because at the end of the day, we're all connected to our creator, whether we know it or not, or whether we've been through it or not, whatever the case may be. It's still us and our creator, regardless of how we think. We might not even understand it until we're in that moment. is what I'm trying to say. So she's in that moment, and it's like, okay, she knows what she's dealing with. She knows that that's, you know what I mean? And she's handling it perfectly. And now she's basically saying, I'm giving her word, her promise that if you save me from this, you ain't going to have to worry about me making the same mistake twice. Please just give me a chance. And after she said that, it was like her whole body just dropped, like was lifeless. And I knew that was just God's way of like, okay, you know, get these demons out of here, go away. And her soul needed to just reboot. Her body needed to reboot. And exactly, I just picked her up, put her in bed. When she woke up, she said exactly what I thought it would be. And that was God. She didn't see him, but she heard his voice. And the funny thing is that I heard it with her at the end. There was something that he said that in the beginning I didn't hear anything, but when it was like the final, I forgot what the final thing was. It was just something very stern, like a very stern thing, and we both heard that. It was like that was the thing. Like I didn't hear any voices. Like all the things that were being told to her were in her own head. When the demons were attacking her, I was seeing the physical things move, the movement, but I wasn't hearing anything. She was hearing all the demons and all of that stuff. I was just coaching her what to say. But when it came to God, I didn't hear anything either with that. I was, again, watching the outside physical stuff, and I felt everything I felt physically. But there was something that was said at the end that echoed. And we both heard that in the room together. That was the first time that I've ever in my life heard anything like that was relating to someone else. Usually it's, me, I'm hearing that, no one else is, and someone else is hearing it and I'm not. But that was the first time with God, because again, I never had an experience with the Creator himself in my room. Dude, that was like, I was blown away because I knew the sternness of his voice, but yet the love, it blew me away. It blew me away. So when I tell you that I experienced these things on my own, and this is not me making things up, and I'm not crazy, and I'm not, all of these other things that when I explain something that, believe me, if I didn't have the knowledge or if I wasn't actually a part of it myself, I'm not going to bring it to you. I'm not that type of person. I always believe that you're not going to listen. You're not going to really get what you really should get out of it by someone saying that they know someone that felt it, or whatever the case may be. So that's what I was basically trying to get at. I was trying to just give you a testimony. One of, like I said, there's gonna be many of these stories. This is just the tip of this is just a little shaving. You have no idea the stuff. You're gonna be in for it. You're gonna love subscribing to this channel and hearing my stories and being a part of this, because you're really gonna have a front seat of what I've been through, but also have a part experience of what and how your Creator. This is what you're going to be experiencing. So you need to know who you're dealing with, because this is eventually somebody that you're going to have to be have a conversation with, to say the least, with. You're going to eventually have to get to know this person that's your Creator. So I am going to tell you what I experienced to give you, at least to break that ice, so to speak, on what the things that to look out for. There's going to be fake, things that may make you think that it's God and it's not. So I'm just going to try to walk you through what's real, what's not, what to look out for, and point you in the right direction. You're going to want to subscribe. I hope you like. Thank you for liking it. If you do, please like, comment, share, and man, we're gonna have a good family styled fellowship. I don't want to call us a channel. We're a fellowship. We're a family. We're not a channel. This is not clickbait. This is not me writing something that, like a fiction thing, and then I'm putting it out there like it's nonfiction. No, this is my life. This is what God made happen. I'm part of God's word, so to speak, in modern day, trying to give you a piece of knowledge for these times, because this is end times. There is no part of the Bible that really teaches you how to deal with the end times. It just tells you what's going to happen, but it's telling you what happened and being written thousands and thousands of years ago. So I'm kind of your revised, so to speak, of what's going to happen in the near future now in today's terminology, but also with a twist of trying to get you to, like, I'm almost like a handbook, so to speak, God's handbook, to give you not only what is going to happen, but also how to navigate and how to help you through that. All right, guys. Till the next one, I'm out.